enough. Oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah. City Pigeons, episode 121. What's up, fellas? How we doing?
What up?
What's up, baby?
Great, man.
What up?
Your
Yo,
location looks a little nicer than
Yeah,
ours.
you look. I could hear the birds chirping.
Yeah,
It's nice
I'm
outside.
coming at you from the crib because just logistics didn't let me get down there. I'm proud of you guys for showing up, making that happen without the big dog in the house. Much props. Well done, guys. All right, clap it up.
We got it done. Thank you.
Is Roz gonna get in the back and start jumping on the trampoline again?
Yeah.
She did the last time.
Nah, you know what the truth is, man, with my kids, and I'm sure some of you guys can relate to this, Meech especially, they're getting to the age where like, oh, you got something to do, Dad? Cool, I'm good. You know what I mean? And they just go in their room, do whatever the hell they want. You know what I mean? So it's not. No, she's happy to do her thing. It's all good. I got my dad's dog walking up here. JC, how you doing? Anyway. All right, fellas.
See, what does that stand for?
It's not that. It's not that. Here, see if I can lift her
Johnny
big ass up. She's so big.
Johnny Cochran.
Come here. Oh. I got a big dog, folks. Look at her. She's so uncomfortable.
He looks like he doesn't want to be there, Jess. Get him out of there.
That dog's been on more City Pigeons episodes than Fink this month.
Oh, damn.
The best ability is availability, like we say.
Shout out Fink. He's having a birthday dinner with his friend.
Another one. Every week. Every week is kid.
Guys got a lot of dinners. What are you going to do? All right. So, fellas, listen, here's the deal. I was thinking about this. I had the pleasure of being out at the Truist Championship today. I know some of you guys are big golf fans, some not so much. But the top players in the entire world, and this is when you get into live in the PGA thing, and Rock, we can talk about this, but the top PGA players, the top 70 are coming here, they're here in Philadelphia, and they're playing out at the Cricket Club starting tomorrow in the Truist Championship, $20 million purse. This is a super, super legit event for Philadelphia, and I just want to make sure that everybody understands that, right? I was out there today watching Rory McIlroy hit balls. This is the same guy who just won the Masters.
Nice.
Just fantastic that these guys are here. And, I just think about this. We're like with the Super Bowl, jet stream that we're riding. We got the Truist Championship, best golfers in the world here for a legit tournament. And then next year, we're going to have the All-Star Game, the World Cup. And I'm just thinking to myself, I feel like Philadelphia is the epicenter of sports right now. And I'm here for it. Like, do you guys feel like that's kind of fair to say? Or am I getting carried away?
I kind of don't want that to be the truth. I mean,
okay.
We're having a good moment.
You can't deny it, though.
We're having a good moment right now.
This is a huge year for it.
And the bicentennial, is that what it's going
to
be called?
No. It's far from that. It's the semi-quincentennial.
Yeah, all right.
Semi-quincentennial.
Is that 150 years?
That's 250. 250. Yeah.
The what?
Right.
Carry the 1, 5, 6.
Yeah, I forgot to carry the 1. I forgot to cross it out and bring the 1. Whatever it is, like that's a guaranteed easy moment for Philly because this was the birthplace.
Yeah, but Meech, I see. This is why I love having your voice in this discussion because I didn't even.
Because I'm an idiot.
No, because I didn't even think for a second that this could be like a bad thing. I was like, Philly, we're on the map. Let's go. And you're like, I don't want this at all. And you know what? That's the most Philly thing you could possibly say. I was thinking about this all wrong. So this is great. Everybody loves us. We're cool. And you're like, nah, screw this. I'm out.
Yeah, I'd rather be the enemy. I want the Eagles to become the most feared NFL team in history. Like, the more I think about it, I wish that the Kansas City Chiefs would have never scored those 2 late touchdowns. It would have been
no one cares about that.
Like Nobody cares. Nobody cares.
I do. That's starting to bother me now.
It's ridiculous.
And that's how much I want them to dominate next year.
One of them came after Nicky already got the Gatorade bath. Like they scored after he got doused, man. Like that and the national media, anybody that talks about it, they actually make a point to talk about how meaningless those 2 touchdowns were. Like it's not, they don't even acknowledge it. They actually go out of their way to talk about how horrible and meaningless.
Okay, but Meech, I got to ask you a follow-up question on this because this is an interesting train of thought for me. What you're saying is, I think you said you wanted to be hated, right? Or no?
Feared. I'd rather,
Okay, feared.
Oh, so
I'm just
sort of all
thinking,
the
like,
same thing.
like when the Patriots had won 4 or 5 Super Bowls, right?
Right.
Were they feared? Probably. Like it was hard to beat them. I don't think we're going.
I think they were feared, hated. There was
Both. There's a
that
difference.
stuff.
Like you think about the Ravens. The Ravens were feared, but I don't think they're
they
hated.
They were also like sort of cheaters. Like they got caught cheating. So I'm not saying I give a shit about that, but it kind of tarnishes their whole image.
Right.
So
I'm just trying to, like, in my mind,
I want to be the late 90s Bulls is what I want to be. That kind of feared, and just you don't want to play this team. And when you do play this team, you're in for a long day. You're going to get punished. That's what I want.
Okay. And I feel that from a performance perspective, but I feel like the team already, I mean, you got like Jalen Hurts going to the freaking, what did he go to, the Met Gala, right? Like
they look great, by the way, man. They shine. They looked amazing.
He's wearing berets to press conferences, man. I don't give a shit about Jalen Hurts. He's laser focused. He can wear
it's the berets.
Yeah.
Okay.
Once you're wearing berets and you're still beating teams, do whatever the hell you want, because he looks like a 1960s jazz musician that is about to play the freshest set you ever seen.
I know,
but see, this is interesting. I think my psyche functions differently, and I think unfortunately it plays into that whole people say between New York and DC we have that inferiority complex, or like we always feel like big stuff's happening elsewhere. And so I'm so excited to see like us win the Super Bowl, having all these great events, PGA tours here, best players in the world are coming to Philly. Like, to me, that's just all like amazing. And I didn't even think about it for a second. This is going to maybe change things a little.
What's cool about it to you, the fact that you want like other cities to be jealous, or just that Philadelphia is getting a lot of attention?
You know what it is, man? I'm going to be honest with you. I don't know why I care about this, but I just like the idea that people in other cities are like, Philadelphia is the shit, or they're like, that's real. Their fans are real. You know what I mean? And like, I like that. So when I see more stuff going on here, that makes me feel like people are like, oh, Philly's legit. But the truth is, we don't need that.
I don't need any outsider states.
That's the native. That's a native. That's a true native Philadelphian take right there from Meach.
Yeah, but you got to take into account something. I grew up in the shadows of one of the best, promoters of Philadelphia that has ever lived.
It's not a bad mindset to have. Mine is probably very unhealthy. And it's
I like yours. Yours is real, man. Yours is real.
I guess
I'm out here thinking about, the global picture. Do people think Philly's cool? And you're just like double middle finger to everybody. I like that. I think that's good.
I do not need any outsiders.
So you want the negative connotations behind Philadelphia to continue?
Yeah, absolutely. Okay. I love that. Like
we're shitty fans. We're terrible.
Meach is trying to plant some batteries on somebody. He's like, it's been a while since we had one of those.
Yeah, that's you want to keep that going. All right.
Okay. So
when people bring up like they're like, oh, it's the old trope of you booed Santa Claus and threw snowballs at him. Yeah, but that's like a pretty fucked up thing to do. Even though it was like a skinny Santa and he might have.
It was a bad Santa.
He deserved it.
You don't throw snowballs and curse at Santa Claus in a football stadium before Christmas. It's an awesome thing to have.
Yeah, you know what, dude? Listen, if that Santa is an super skinny drunkard that doesn't have his act together, then I think we did the right thing. Like,
I mean, I just think it all shows character. The whole
to me,
the folklore of Philadelphia fans, I like that. And
our character
upheld.
Our character is, if you're not doing what you're supposed to do, or you don't represent what you're supposed to represent accurately, we might throw batteries at you, or snowballs with batteries in them. And I think
I don't want people to get too comfortable and think like, hey, Philadelphia's a cool place. Let me go there and think I can go into their stadium and just be me. Right. No, you can't. And
well, Meach, I think you're going to have to go to the next game with a bunch of snowballs with batteries in them and make sure people feel your wrath.
Listen,
You know?
I'm an old man. I'm way past my snowballs and batteries stage, but I appreciate it still. I want to usher in the younger next generation
Frankie
of
and Vinny.
snowball and battery throwers to our
So
fans.
maybe I think this is a good thought.
Although there's
here.
like HD cameras now, they'll catch you in a second, and
It's fine.
It's a different world.
Here's what I think we should do. I think for
nice
the next tailgate we have next year, I think we should have some sort of like obstacle course training thing for young kids where they can come and throw snowballs with batteries in them, and maybe
Listen,
they
you saw Gabe leading the charge of the Eagles chant. Gabe would gladly be the ringleader for that. He would love to do that.
And we teach them to like haze people, and yell things at them. I mean, I think
I'm envisioning, remember in the first Men in Black when Will Smith goes through that original course with the aliens popping up, and he's got to shoot.
Never.
It was like
I don't think I ever watched a movie.
And you gotta throw the snowball at him, but then like an old nunny from South Philly pops up, and you can't shoot her. You gotta let her go. You never seen Men in Black?
I've never seen Men in
Black. I mean,
Rock.
Come on,
it, man.
That's
a summer
garbage.
blockbuster.
I don't care, garbage.
If you didn't see every Will Smith movie on July 4th from like 1993 to 1997, you weren't living.
I haven't
seen Wild West. It was the worst movie I ever saw, but
Bad
I watched
Boys?
it.
I've never seen Men in Black. Never seen
Independence Day.
Oh,
Man.
Never seen it.
Rock.
Independence Day. I like any movie where the entire country comes together to fight aliens or whatever. Like, I'll listen. I'll be watching that. And I'll be tearing up at the idea that we would all lock in together and be like, nah, dude, we're going to take you on.
But there's a lot of like very memorable clips from the original Men in Black. I can't believe you guys never fucking saw it. Like,
it's a stupid movie. The dog, there's a little dog in it. Like no one cares.
I think the dog was in like Men in Black 2.
I think the thing is Men in Black.
I don't want to watch an alien comedy.
Men in Black came out around the time when we were like adults, and it seemed like a kids movie. And I don't have any kids, so I just never watched it.
It wasn't a kids movie.
Yeah, it seemed like a kids movie.
They were shooting alien heads and they were exploding.
What was the rating on that? Was it
kind of out? Kind of out on that. Just be honest.
Yeah. Wait. Before we continue on, is there a way to check to make sure that everyone can hear us out there?
I already did. I stepped out as soon as we started and checked the volumes, and it sounded great.
We can't see comments up here.
Yeah. We good?
We're good. I already did.
I can see them. No one has commented that they can't hear us. So
I went down and checked. As soon as we started, I stepped into the bathroom to do a quick sound check, and we were good.
Yeah, how about the Phillies about to win their 4th straight series?
I like it. I like it.
So they're up 6.
Time out. What time did the game start?
7:05.
And they're already up 6-0.
Yeah.
Let's go. Phils are coming back, and we love it.
Bathroom fire.
Sucked in. And
it's not about getting sucked in. It's going to be an entertaining summer. Just ride with it. And then when it gets towards playoff time, go fucking crazy.
So you guys were freaking out like 2 weeks ago.
What do you mean, you guys?
Yeah, I wasn't freaking out. I just showed you.
Jesse was freaking out. Yeah, Jesse was freaking
out 2 weeks ago. I don't know who else was.
We were telling you we're 3 weeks into the season. They've played 20 games. They have 140 more to go.
This baseball shit
is behind you.
Is
that a murderer or is that a member of your family?
Is that Roscoe on the jump?
No, Dean just came back from.
I'm just looking out for you, dude. I thought someone might be creeping up behind you.
Jesse about to get murked out there.
I'm good. Guys, it's not fair to say people were legitimately panicking. Don't put this just on me. That's ridiculous.
No, but
it's not fair.
People were panicking, and they still had the second highest odds to win the World Series on FanDuel. So it was an unnecessary panic.
It's learned.
Okay, but here's the thing. There are going to be lots of ups and downs in the Phillies season, right? Right now, they've restabilized. We don't need to talk about that. Believe me, if they do something really good or do something terrible, we will base our episode around that. But right now, I think it's just kind of Rock. It's not Rocky on baseball. We're doing Rocky on golf today, right? It's different.
I don't have Rocky on baseball prepared, so I hope we're not doing that.
Perfect. I want to honestly, I do want to shift a little into the golf because I know not everybody's like a psycho golfer, but this is a big deal. Rocky and I like to get out there. Rocky has established himself as one of the best amateur players in Philadelphia, as far as I know.
Absolutely.
Don't
forget I won a major last year, buddy.
On the AGS tour, I believe.
Yes, won a major on the AGS tour. Yep.
That's awesome. If
Damn.
only I had won something. It's just
Oh, baller. Put it
Did
up.
did I win anything?
That looks
Maybe
like the
I
claret
did.
jug right there.
Did I win anything? Maybe I did. You know,
Did you win the
kinda
British
going
Open?
there.
Who'd you take that? Who'd you steal that from?
Listen, I want you guys to understand something. So I'm lucky enough and have been for many years to be a member out at Philly Cricket, which is a fantastic club and amazing place to play golf. And I've been in this men's better ball tournament for many years. And my partner for the last 6 or 7 is our mutual friend, Kane Posner, KP, the ledge.
Carried you.
And he carried the listen.
I was going to say,
Look, listen, if we're going to be honest, and I'm holding the 2024 Men's Better Ball of Partners Championship trophy here, the claret jug, as I have it here. The truth is, anybody who's played through one of these tournaments knows, like, you can, get on somebody's back, but eventually you're going to have to hit a few putts. You're going to meet some tough situations. And we made it through months and months and months of matches. And my boy KP holed out at the 14th hole to win the tournament. And I was out there today watching the PGA guys on it, and it was fantastic. So it's all good. I just want to make sure you guys understand.
Congratulations, dude.
Dealing with
That's good work.
I don't even know what it means, but it sounds awesome, man.
You know what's cool about it?
Like,
When you win it,
you know what it means? It's like, when Trump always wins his club championship? It's basically the same shit. Except they didn't cheat. Except they didn't cheat.
Okay.
Yeah, except they didn't cheat.
Nah, let me be honest. It's not. The club championship's much harder. That's an individual thing. I need someone else's help to do this. This is a partner situation. But the good news is you get what's called paint, which means on the walls of the club, they have the people who won certain things. And so me and KP are up on the wall. Nobody ever thought it would be possible. It may be a bit of a embarrassment for the club, because we're just, us two guys, kind of knuckleheads. But, we're good. Hey, look, we got it done, baby. We made it happen. It was good time.
Don't lie.
Wait, I got a question. Do you guys both get a claret jug, or did you guys like?
It's like this new thing where you can get these great awards, and it's just fantastic. And I picked out the one that looked like the claret jug. To your point, Rocky.
It's joint custody. KP gets on weekends.
No, he's got his own. He's got his own.
Jesse's got to drive out the city line to meet him and drop it off.
No, KP lives way out and
now separately. I also won my flight at the East Falls Open, and it got this mini Irish-looking golfer dude, but I can't find it. It's buried in my basement. So I just want you guys to know, I know what it's like to be a championship golfer, and so I can relate to these guys when I'm out there seeing them.
Can you give us a glimpse into the mindset that these guys are going through right now as they prepare for tomorrow?
Honestly, truth be told, I think their mindset is like, this is gravy, right? Because this is a really interesting tournament. If you follow golf, this is a really amazing tournament because it's the top 70 players, I believe, no cut. And so what that means is it's not the entire field you'd have at a PGA event where they play the first 2 days and then there's a cut line. These guys play the whole weekend, which is great, I guess.
Cool. Yep.
But like if you're not playing well, you still got to stay. But there's a lot of money here. It's $20 million purse. And that's why you got 9 out of the 10 top players in the world.
Seriously, I'm thinking golf purse heist.
There you go.
Where are they stashing that?
Listen, I saw they had them all set up. All the golf bros were all over Center City checking in all of the hotels. It was really a problem getting across town tonight.
I think it's a big giant check hidden in the greens garage.
You can't catch
groundskeeper.
You can't catch that giant.
Oh, I
check.
can.
Oh, okay.
It's got the routing number on it.
Go see my man Blaze on South Street. He'll cash that for you.
But it's crazy, guys. Like, we did have obviously the U.S. Open at Marion. That's as official as it can get. But besides that, we've had a couple tournaments over Ronamink, and I don't know that any of them had the field that this has. I mean, it's like a major championship field minus all the live guys, which is a whole another thing. We got Mr. Mark in the house. Beautiful.
Everybody's huge.
It's amazing, being out there and seeing all these guys here. And I think the cool thing to me is, like, I've been hearing some of the interviews with some of the top players in the world that are here, and they all talk about how Philly is like the, best place for like sports and sports fans. And I think, honestly, I was thinking about this today, like what the Eagles did, because the Super Bowl and the NFL is like such a gigantic entity at this point. Like the performance the Eagles put on and like everything that's happened with us over the past however many years, I think we are known, like, being an amazing place for fans.
Definitely changed the profile. Absolutely.
Yeah, like these PGA Tour players know it. You know what I mean?
Let me ask you a question. This tournament coming up, say you're doing on a scale of 1 to 10, 10
Mhm.
being the Waste Management Open and 1 being Augusta National. Where do you think this crowd and the golf team is going to rank this weekend?
You're asking me a couple different questions, right?
Can it get rowdy? Is what I'm saying.
Well, no. The crowd at the Waste Management Open is
that's its own thing.
Yeah, this will not.
That's what I'm saying.
Like
that's 10.
Yeah, that's
and
10.
Augusta's 1. Where's this going to rank?
This will be like, I think, like a 3 or a 4.
Yeah,
I mean, honestly, this is pure golf experience. This is not about like rowdiness. It's not going to be the biggest crowds ever. I think
nobody yelling
7.
Baba Booey after somebody tees off.
I mean, I'm sure there'll be people
out there just
people yelling "Go Birds" and whatever, and that's cool. But I think they said like 17,000 people a day, which is a lot of people, but like spread out over the entire property. Maybe
uppity course. Compared,
it's about as uppity as you can get.
Yeah, it's an honest question. It's cool if you're an uppity course. 90% are.
Well, look, I would answer that by saying what they've done at the cricket club over the past 10 years is
this is the place you want. No, I know you won't.
No. Listen, I will look. I'm not a huge country club guy. I have enjoyed my experience there because the golf is phenomenal. Anybody who knows the facility there knows that the golf experience is amazing. The staff, the tournaments, the whole thing is just absolutely fantastic. But the truth is, what they did, they restored their course historically and renovated the whole thing, and they wanted to bring it back to a more traditional style, like a Marion, where it's walking only and it's very kind of like historically significant. I think the truth is, like, if you see the way a lot of this, I saw a lot of the interviews with the guys and the Golf Channel stuff, and the way that it's resonating with them is they feel like it's like a throwback experience, which I think is cool. So yeah, it's a pure golf experience. It's not like you can be out there, throwing beers on the green and stuff, but that's not.
I have a question. I golf a little bit, but obviously not. I'm not as plugged in as you guys are. What is the tradition behind not allowing carts? Is it purely to protect the course? Like,
I mean, yeah. Think about it like this, right? Like, it's not a tradition per se, right? It's just like.
But it's not allowed. You're not allowed to. Like,
you
can't.
At a time there were no carts,
Correct.
Right? When golf started, and as you can imagine, when you have carts, you got to have paths and you got to have a lot of different things going on. I mean, carts inevitably like damage grass. And so,
okay.
It's just viewed as the purest experience to have a course that like carts are not traveling on.
Not to interrupt you, but I remember when I was a little younger, there was a golfer. I forget his friggin' name. Corey Jacobs, I want to say, but he had a hip condition and he tried to sue the PGA.
Casey. It was Casey.
His name's, irrelevant.
They let him use a cart.
No, they didn't. He sued the PGA to allow to use a cart because he had a hip condition, and he said, but the PGA ruled that it's a competitive advantage. Walking the course is part. So it wasn't about the cart ruining the course. It was about a competitive advantage. So they told him he couldn't, and he never made the PGA because he couldn't walk 18 holes.
I can tell you from firsthand experience that it's definitely a competitive advantage. Riding a cart is way easier than walking 18 holes.
You keep all your drinks in there.
Yeah, you keep your drinks, your stuff. Yeah. Like we played
your accoutrements.
We played about a week or two ago at Philly Cricket, other course, and we walked. And I'm just like having a little push cart. I played pretty decent, but if I was in like a cart, like the guy with the busted hip wanted, I probably would have shot 5 strokes better. It just walking wears on you a little bit. So I can understand where the PGA was coming from on that rule.
He actually did play in PGA Tour events. Ooh. Casey Martin. I believe, I'm not saying you're all wrong. I believe there were certain events that allowed him to use the cart, and there were certain ones that didn't.
Yeah, they were on the LPGA. Oh! Little bitch shooting from the girls' tees. Get out of here with your fucking cart, loser. We're playing real man's golf over here.
Jesse, I have a question for you.
I didn't mean any of that.
Since you're the authority on the Truist Open.
I am as of now.
Truist Open? Is it the Truist Open?
No, Truist Championship.
Mark,
it's the Truist Championship at the Philadelphia Cricket Club. Please get it right.
Well, I love the LPGA. Great set of chicks
nice
and gals over there.
Did they? somebody was sending me some maps of the course today because, as you know, I'm going there tomorrow. And they were sort of trying to show me where my thing was located. Yeah. And I'm a little bit familiar with the Wissahickon course. Did they change? Like, is 18 not 18? Yes. Did they change it around?
Yes.
Okay. So, that's what it looked like on this thing, and I was confused.
Yeah. So
what's the thinking there? Do you know?
Yeah, they changed what's called the course routing, right? So the way that it's played, like first hole through 18, is different than it would be any other time at the club. And a lot of that has to do with staging, because like the clubhouse and the area where everything's kind of centered around typically is pretty small, and it doesn't facilitate the kind of infrastructure that they need. But also, to be honest with you, the holes that they have chosen for the tournament to end on are some of the hardest holes on the course. So they kind of tweaked it around, and it all makes sense. They orchestrate everything around the driving range, and so it makes sense for guys to be able to just come right on and go out. They start like hole 1 is hole 8. Typically, it's a whole thing. They
got it.
Yeah. So, but yeah, I think it logistically made a lot more sense. I mean, you can think about the 18th hole there. There's not a lot of room for spectators, right? So it wouldn't be a great finishing hole. So they had to change
that
around.
Is a great finishing hole, though.
It is a great.
It is a great finishing hole, but not for a huge tournament.
For a big crowd.
Did the same thing when they had the senior players.
Me.
Same.
Yeah.
No, great
they had the senior players championship when Bernard Longer won a couple years. You know, it was actually a while ago, but they did the same thing, changed it around for that. So
got it. Shifting gears, Jesse. Any notable gear I should have my eye on tomorrow?
Gear.
You know what? The funny thing, man, can I say I didn't even go in the shop. My bad.
No,
I have seen. Okay, so we went. I went with a couple of friends that are friendly with a couple people in Kelsey's camp, and he was playing in the Pro-Am, and so we went and kind of met up with them and watched him play, which was cool. You know, guy is like the man. Obviously, he was taking lots of time for people, autographs, pictures, whatever. It's kind of funny because there's these, you know, it's Pro-Am, so each group has a pro, but like Kelsey was the big event. You know, everybody wanted to see him and talk to him, which was cool. And the dude hits the ball hard, you know, whether it's a good shot or not, he hits the ball hard. You got to give him credit for that.
OG Anunoby just destroyed somebody
OG
at the
just
rim.
got a body.
Jesus Christ, he caught one.
Speed. That's okay. That's okay. No, you guys got to multitask.
But
anyway.
Can I ask you the other question?
Wait, did you say attire? Did you ask me about attire?
I asked you early. Well, I asked you if there was any cool gear, but
oh yeah,
I did ask you earlier.
That's what I was saying.
Is there a dress code? And having now been there for the day, you know, I attend. This sort of goes into the Philly sports fan. It's like, all right, I've been to the Waste Management. That's the only professional golf event I've ever been to. No dress code. Yeah. I'm familiar when I go to the Philly Cricket Club. Very strict dress code. So now I'm going to a tournament at the Philly Cricket Club. What would you recommend for me tomorrow?
All right, I have some thoughts on all that. But I just saw this comment. Wait, I just saw the comment pop up, and it says, "The dude hits the ball hard." # so does my husband.
Hey,
What ball? Your husband? Like he's good at golf, or?
No, she's smacking his balls. Can you see?
No, his balls are smacking hard.
I don't know. I gotta leave.
Go with it. Just go with it. Don't worry about it.
That's funny. Okay.
Thank you, Shirley.
Okay. Couple thoughts. The first is when you asked me about the gear at the tournament, I did see that Kelsey's clothing company, Underdog, which does have a very philanthropic component to it. Those guys did a real specific tournament T-shirt that looks pretty cool. It's like illustration.
Yeah.
So if I was going to get a
T-shirt, very thick.
Can I comment real quick that I love all of Mark's questions have been something that the Truist national website could answer.
She wants my first-hand opinion.
The dress code for tomorrow. I'm very concerned about
dress
this.
code. Are you playing?
No, I'm
Then
spectating.
there's no dress code. You wear whatever you want.
So on the dress code, it's kind of interesting to me because the whole Philly aspect of this, like, I think this is a golf tournament where you could actually go in like a sports jersey if it's a Philly jersey, you know? Like I rocked the Phillies hat today and I felt like that was a cool thing to do because it was just like, you know, we're in Philly. I want all these players. If I see Rory, I want him to see, you know, I'm representing Philly. That's the way I had to do it. But I did have the polo, you know, the golf shirt. But here's the thing, Mark. The key is if you don't want to get chastised, do not go dressed like you're about to play golf. So you can't go.
According to the internet,
the
Truist Championship 2025 has a general dress code of modest, sensible attire. If that's not the most golf shit I've ever heard.
Modest, sensible?
Sensible attire. Spectators are encouraged to wear golf apparel or other sensible clothing.
Correct. Dress like that.
I'm gonna tell you. I'm gonna tell you from my perspective.
Sensible attire. That's the most golf shit.
Golf tournaments I've been to the one at Aronimink. You wear whatever the fuck you want. You're not playing. They're not going to say you can't come in because you have a t-shirt and, you know, flip-flops on. You wear whatever you want. You just wear whatever you want.
Okay. And Jesse, this modest whatever attire, but you don't want to look like you're about to play golf. There's some tension there.
Okay. Modest.
You're like, don't dress like you're about to play golf, and you wore a golf shirt and a hat.
But you didn't have.
Let me explain it.
Did you wear jams? Did you wear jams as your shorts?
Mark, do you think I wore jams? Okay, listen. Here's the deal. All I mean is this: you shouldn't show up. You shouldn't show up. Okay, you shouldn't show up with your shirt tucked in one of those like light-colored golf belts and like golf shoes. Like you could literally walk onto the first.
Mark, you know how
I had
a golf.
I had a hybrid approach. I had regular shorts.
I know
golf shirt on top.
I know if I'm at the waist management.
You need like a lobster print belt.
I'm confused. Wear a t-shirt. Who gives a shit? Worst comes to worst, you buy a golf shirt in their little memorabilia shop.
Guys, you're going to shout out to the people in the comments.
Yeah.
Stratagem picture says, haven't done 18 holes since prison.
Whoa. What were you locked up for there, champ?
Damn.
Careful. That might be one of our new sponsors from
Mark,
the Dragons, Philly Dragons.
Bottom line, that's how it goes. This is going to be, nobody's going to pick you out of the crowd. Like, you can't come in. Your shirt's on top.
I seen the crowd of golf.
Mark's going to have to wear his hat straight. He's not going to be able to wear crooked.
They look like shit.
Yo, my hat's going to be crooked as.
But this is what I'm telling you. Like Jess said, don't dress like you're about to go.
I won't wear my white belt.
Don't wear your shirt tucked in.
I've never tucked my shirt in except when I'm playing golf.
Don't put your fucking golf. I mean, actually, golf shoes are not a bad idea if they're spikeless.
I honestly can't believe this is a question. What you should wear at a golf? It's so easy. They all wear the same shit.
They do.
Khakis, a golf shirt.
No. He's talking about as a spectator.
Every spectator wears the same.
Mark,
shit
you gonna wear a
too.
visor? Are you a visor guy?
Khakis, a golf shirt, and a visor. You've seen me enough times, Meech.
Yeah, just do what makes you comfortable.
Wear my AI throwback
with your Eagle suit underneath your Eagle suit.
Wait, I just had a realization though. Like the crowd at a Philly-based golf tournament is as close to the Happy Gilmore crowd, I think, as you're gonna get. Like 100%. No doubt, right? Yeah, like that's.
There's gonna be some idiots out there.
Go to your home.
We saw some Flyers tattoos today. You know, it's a thing. You know, people are sporting the orange and black.
I got a question. So you were out there today. You said there was a pro-am.
That's correct.
Was there any like guys just out there like working on their game, like practicing, like I need to prepare for this tournament to win?
Oh, all of them. Yes. To be clear, when we walked in, we walked by the range. Yeah. It's all the guys in the tournament.
I'm not talking about on the range. I'm talking about on the course.
No, because well, look, what I realize is this. I think these guys have some sort of obligation to the tour to participate in those pro-ams because the way it was today is there was one pro for 9 holes and then another for the other. So it was like a dual pro team, if you will. And the pros were playing from the pro tees, and then everyone else is playing from the amateur tees.
Any other notable names in the pro-am?
You know what, dude?
Surprises?
What's
Kyle Lowry?
Kyle Lowry was out there, but he's in the creators.
Kyle Lowry, is a member at Cricket, and he was talking on the broadcast about how it's his home course. He played in the Pro-Am and the YouTube Creators Classic, which, by the way, they didn't invite me to the YouTube Creators Classic at the Philadelphia Cricket Club. I guess the 600 and whatever subscribers that we have.
I was gonna say you don't have enough pool over there. Come on, man.
That's bullshit, dude. I should have been right up in there. I would have been sculling it into the crowd.
But any other big names that you were surprised to see?
I think it's mostly like corporate folks that
Right.
sponsorships and stuff like Kelsey,
face
Lowry.
paint guy there, the guy who paints his face for each.
Oh, the Eagles guy. I'm sure
Philly
he was.
sports guy?
He wasn't
Fucking
playing in it.
Was he there?
But yeah,
With
Yo,
the pinned on sponsorship tag that's
they
going
had the YouTube
Made his
Creator
face is a golf
Classic.
ball.
So they had a Creator Classic for the YouTube folks, and
No,
they had Tyler from Dude Perfect. I mean, if you pay attention to Dude Perfect, Tyler, that's a big deal, man.
Yeah, they're
Meech,
big.
you know Dude Perfect.
Tyler,
don't
the
you?
creator?
Yeah, I'm honest. I don't know.
You don't know Do Perfect?
I don't.
No, Do Perfect are the guys that do it. They
I know
start out
who
doing
they
the
are, but
okay.
I
That's
don't-
all. That's
I don't
all.
know them by name.
I don't either, but you know who
Yeah.
they are. That's all.
Oh, absolutely no.
Yeah.
Who
And
they
then
are.
Paige Sporanic, who is one of she's got
I
really
know
good
who
form.
she is. She's an
She's got
excellent
great
golfer.
She's the
there.
girl with the tits, right?
Jesus.
Yes.
I said she's
He
got
didn't even
good
get into
form,
the
Meech.
brown
Listen,
stuff
I'm
yet.
sorry. It's just
She's
a
got
rude
good
thing. Just
form.
trying to get a laugh from the fellas.
Well,
You got one from me.
mission
Thanks.
I watched
accomplished.
a little bit
Jesse,
of that
did
creator.
you follow Kelsey for all 18?
I mean, it's not like she tries to tuck them in and stuff.
No, only because he teed off at like 7 something. So by the time we got there, he had a couple holes left. We just followed him for a couple holes, and yeah, it's all good. But it was fun. Look, I think being out there next couple of days and seeing those guys play, if you have a chance to get out there, you should. I think they're going to go super low. I just don't think it's like there's only so much they can challenge these guys out there. It's going to be interesting.
Well, didn't last week wasn't the guy that
Yeah.
won the tournament last like 31 under? The guy finished
Yeah.
second was like 22 under or something. That's
Right.
ridiculous.
Scotty Scheffler, who's the one player in the top 10 who's not here this week. But yeah, that's what they won. They won a lot of birdies. So I think they're going to get a
What
lot.
do you get the Philly flu? That prick? Did he get arrested again? can't play with us in Philly.
I do have a question about that, Jesse, because it was news to me until you brought it up as the golf czar that you are.
No.
Why is this tournament like without a cut? Why is there the top 70? Maybe Rocky can chime in on this. Like, why is this tournament of all tournaments?
I think
set
tournaments
up that
usually
way?
have like 150 people, don't they?
This
Right.
one only has the top 70,
So that's what.
except for Scotty Scheffler.
I don't know the answer. I know it's a signature event, and I know they invited the top 70 people. So I don't know why there's no cut or anything, but I just got something to do with this FedEx.
Yeah,
Cup
you know what?
Shit, I don't know.
Listen, I don't know the answer to that either, but my thought process is, and this could be totally wrong, when everything went down with the Live Tour and guys leaving to go get more money, I think they did want to create some of these signature events and have like bigger purses. And so maybe this is a way to attract top talent because everybody knows they're going to get paid. There's more money, less people. I'm not 100% sure, but I do know, in addition to the major events, the PGA Tour wanted to create a certain number of signature events, and the Truist is one. It was typically at Quail Hollow, which is in, I think, South Carolina. But this year, the PGA Championship is there, so that's why.
Just looking at I looked at the Byron Nelson from last week, and there were 140 golfers. They cut 70, and the top 70 went on.
Right.
So I guess this is just their way of not having a cut. Just have the top 70
Got it.
advance.
Are you hosting any golfers at the house out there?
No, in fact, my mom.
Fred Funk?
If we didn't mention this, I'm at my house actually, Mark. I ended up coming back, but my mom lives right off the course, and a lot of people did rent their house out, but apparently she didn't think it was worth dealing with. And it's funny, I heard they send you a long list of stuff, including like changing the toilets out. You got to do like a lot of really,
They give you a rider for your own
Changing the
crib.
toilets out?
yeah, dude, yeah, man.
Or the whole
I'm telling
toilet?
Yeah, Tony Finau needs a
I
bidet.
honestly think the whole toilet.
That doesn't
I'm
make
not
any
lying.
sense.
No, because
That reminds me. Can I park in your mom's driveway on Sunday?
no,
All right.
definitely not.
Why not?
Unless I got this parking pass, and for the right.
Let me get that. All right, I'll talk to you on the side about that.
Yeah, I might want to go someday. Holler at your boy.
All right.
How many?
It's
How
Mother's Day,
was
though.
it with like the just all 2-lane roads out there? How was it?
Oh, you know what? I mean, look. First of all, today was probably maybe a quarter of what they're expecting. Today's not even a day where they had anything really like shut down. So I don't really know. It's hard for me to say because I think there's gonna be so many more people. But they have all the off-site parking. I think it should be pretty good. Just take an Uber out there. I don't know what I know. It'd be fun.
I wanted to bike, but Dan vetoed that.
He wouldn't have that.
No, he wasn't looking.
How are you gonna get there?
We're gonna Uber. We're gonna Uber in.
Bike from
There's an
Chestnut Hill.
Uber lot that's walking distance through Militia Hill.
Yeah.
The parking is off site like a shuttle, so we're gonna Uber. But there's bike parking right on site, and I was like, "Ooh, that'd be a fun bike ride."
That'd be a nice bike ride.
Yeah, I
Def-
said let's
definitely
drive to
hilly.
Chestnut
Definitely
Hill
hilly getting out
and
there though.
bike in, and
That's a lot of
it got
bike.
vetoed.
You guys will get BWIs on the way home though. That might be an issue.
BWI, the airport. Oh my goodness. Yeah. So I just feel like honestly, we're riding high right now. You know, coming off the Super Bowl. I want to talk a little bit about the NBA tangentially. I have this chain with my college friends. Most of them are from New York, but at least one of them is from Boston. They're going back and forth.
Texting them right now and telling them that New York's getting their fucking asses kicked.
No, I'm not. But they were all texting about the playoffs, and I wrote, NBA playoffs, huh? Go Birds. Right? That's all I could do. And my one buddy got back to me and said, no one cares who won the Super Bowl anymore. And I was like, well, he's a Bills fan. So guys,
So you got a couple salty dogs in that text chain, man.
Listen, it's a text chain. I hate to be this guy, but it's a text chain with Knicks and Boston fans, and he's talking about the Super Bowl. I'd be like, fuck you, dude.
As he should.
like, let the guys that were actually in some shit talk right now. You're 6 years
Well,
old.
I was just salty because there was some
participation. I understand you, but if I was them, I'd be like, F you, man.
Right.
Who do you hate more, the Celtics or the Knicks?
Okay, here's the thing. All
I hate the Celtics more right now.
Well, let's stop for a second.
Knicks are fun to watch a little bit.
Wait. We got a playoff series going on here between the Knicks and the Celtics, which is like a death match as far as I'm concerned. I'm having such a hard time. And by the way, I guess the answer is you just try to block it out and don't pay any attention or root for anyone. But it's hard when you get to these levels because the basketball is good, you know, like you kind of want to see what's going on. You root
that
for
was not
Meteor,
good basketball.
thing.
I wanted to throw the TV out the window the other night as the Celtics blew a 20-point lead, shooting 19 of their 20 shots in the third quarter were threes.
I don't know, dude.
That's why people hate the NBA.
I love Jalen Brunson. You know, there's deep ties to
Who
Philly
says they
with
love
him.
Jalen Brunson?
There's deep ties to Philly with him.
I'll take
There's
him.
Deep ties with Rick Brunson. You know, they are Temple. Had Temple not screwed it up, Jalen would have gone to Temple instead of Villanova, which ultimately was the beginning of the end of Temple's basketball program.
He hits daggers
when he switched from Temple to Nova. The guy's an unbelievable player. He's an unbelievable.
His peers voted him the most clutch fourth quarter player, which that's not nothing, man.
He's such a dog. He just like. He's
Brunson?
just all focused.
He's brutal to watch.
Heart.
He can be so brutal to watch, though.
I understand, but he's a product of his father. It's like it's unbelievable. I mean, you would love the guy on your team.
Not for nothing, his dad was a half-ass NBA player.
He played 12 seasons.
He's way better than his dad.
But he was an average.
He was a half-ass NBA player in terms of
he's like
production.
a campaign.
Yeah. But no,
honestly, it's not a knock on him.
Rick's a great example of if you're not an asshole and you're a quality player, you'll last in the league.
Was a complete asshole.
Hey, don't make Mark defend Temple.
You wouldn't last in the league as the 10 to 12 guy if you were an asshole.
Got a point.
Look at Sebastian Telfair. He never made the league because he was an asshole. Okay.
No, but I mean, there's a good ad. Like he's got a little streak to him. You need that to stay in the league when you don't have the talent. Jalen Brunson is an unbelievable talent.
He's a superstar.
He's got the counter move to your counter move.
He's a superstar.
That's what makes him great.
100%. I'm just saying he's a product of the fact that his father, from a very young age, rode him and taught him. I'm sure you've seen the videos of him on him and on him and on him. And the kid has been a baller from Philly, really South Jersey, but Philly, a product of the Philly hoop scene. And I love the guy, and he's an unbelievable player. And then there's this little twang in my heart that he's on the Knicks.
I thought he was raised in Chicago.
And
twang in your
played
heart,
for the Bulls for a while, but in his youth, he was in Philly.
Wait, Mark,
and
can I say something real quick? You referenced like his dad riding him, you know, and I've seen those videos like in the middle of the summer where his dad like throws the ball down the other side of the court and he's got to go get it. And I just had to think to myself, like, man, that is amazing. You could do that, and your son ends up being like the hardest, tough guy in the NBA, and he's amazing.
That's my point.
But here's the thing.
Austin is-
There's for every one parent-child situation that ended up that way, there are 100 where some guy was throwing the ball down the court.
For every parent with NBA pedigree, right?
Not good at all. And he's just like,
now the kids in therapy talking about how his dad used to toss the ball out in 100-degree days.
Or you're a kid in 2025 and you're just like, fuck you, and you don't listen.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, that's or moms there
Not
being
us,
like,
though.
why are you being so hard on Johnny? You know, I don't know. I respect the process. He was hard on him, but I respect it. Jalen took to it. I respect the result. I respect that they came from Philly, South Jersey, and Temple, and I respect what a solid,
The whole team is
fundamental
tough.
player he is. Like
the whole
he's
team's
so
fun to
fundamental.
watch. They're all dogs except for Cat.
Here's the most impressive part of the NBA playoffs so far. You ready? And they've been the best games, the Denver Nuggets games. Nikola Jokic is coaching the fucking Nuggets.
Literally, he's making subs.
Yeah, he's
Yeah,
making
it's ridiculous,
subs
dude.
during games.
It's crazy.
It's so impressive to watch, man. And to think there was actually talks of like who was better, him or Embiid. He's coaching a team while
Dude, it is
winning
insane.
like multiple MVPs.
Jokic is one of the
He's
best players
doing it
in the
against-
history of the game.
It reminds me of when like Karl Malone would win MVP, and then Jordan would have to face him in the finals and be like, "Yeah, motherfucker, you're the MVP. All right, let's go."
Yeah.
Or when Barkley won the MVP in '94, Jordan faced him. It's the same thing with Jokic. He's like, "All right, we're in a race for the MVP. All right, dude, I'm going to put up like 40, 22, and 12 or whatever the fuck he did."
He's unreal. He's out of his
He's
mind.
got the highest basketball IQ by far
it's
of anybody
crazy.
in
It's
today's
crazy.
It's just like he's out there the way he plays. It looks like he just doesn't even care. He goes through the motions. He makes the passes, makes all the right plays, all the right decisions.
He's got his goon
And when they
brothers in the
talk to him
stands.
after the game. He's just like
Waiting to stomp somebody.
He's fun to watch, man.
Yeah,
I
it's like-
love him.
He
I
looks
like
he's
seeing
built like a
Russ.
sack of
I'm happy to
potatoes.
see Russ, who you would have thought that at this point of his career, because he never had a 3-point shot, that with all that fast twitch, my muscle fiber that Russ had, that his game wouldn't age so well. But I'm really happy to see him playing well, getting meaningful minutes. And I was really happy to see him give that ball up to Aaron Gordon, because who amongst us did not think for sure when he caught that ball, I was like, oh shit, Russ is going right to the hole, putting his head down. But he didn't do that. He kicked it out to Gordon, and Gordon drained it. So I'm glad to see Russ.
I would
do
love
well.
to see Russ get the championship.
Me
man.
too.
I
Me
would
too.
love to see it, but I don't think it's gonna happen. He's something about him. He's got some sort of cancerous effect on teams, which is weird.
I don't-
Listen,
but Jokic cancels
He's-
that, man.
he's
Like
he's
that's what I'm
the
saying.
Seventh guy.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah.
He's
Seventh
not
guy
gonna,
is very important, man. What are you talking about?
It is very important, but he's not going to be the reason that they lose. He's going to help them.
Oh yeah. Okay. We'll see.
It's cool to watch. I love watching Jokic, man.
Yeah, the playoffs have been good, man. They have been really good.
There's been some bad games, mostly
Yeah,
the,
but-
Hi
the
guys,
Memphis games.
Where'd you go, Jesse? You left us.
back.
Went to the
I
bathroom.
just was honestly enjoying the discourse, but I wanted to ask you, Meech, with the Sixers sitting out here in the playoffs, and I think the lottery's coming up in the next week or two. What's like? I've
Monday
been
night.
largely ignoring the Sixers and the NBA altogether, and it's been nice. I got some extra room to pay attention to the Phillies and continue to revel in the Eagles' success. But I want to see where's your head at with the Sixers in terms of like where we're gonna go here and draft and
We getting Cooper Flag, baby.
Listen,
Ace
No.
Bailey.
the lottery's going to come up before we come back on the air again.
Monday night, right?
Yeah. So here's the deal right now. If the Sixers finish in the top 6, right, they get to keep the pick. If it's lower than that, OKC gets the pick. And right now we have a 63.7% chance, something like that, if I remember correctly, of keeping it, and a 30.
Which means that we won't.
So we're definitely going to lose this pick. Like, it's going to be funny. I mean, it's going to suck, and it's going to set the franchise back again.
but it'll be funny.
But it'll be funny because that's kind of what they deserve. They're being such weirdos and losers.
The way that
and-
they do the lottery now, they do it in a back room, so you can't even see. Like at least they used to do the
Well,
little.
it's not the ping pong
they used
balls
to do the
anymore.
ping pong- They do. They apparently they still do it, but they do it in the back room where you don't
You know what?
see
But
it.
maybe since we're sending
just pull
Jared
the
McCain,
results out.
that'll cancel out.
And I
that
feel like
old
the
juju.
Sixers have really pissed off the league for some reason with their process and tanking that like
the league, the city, the nation.
We've
gonna
paid our
stick it
debts
to
there,
them.
man. We had to deal with Markelle Fultz and Ben Simmons,
They're
two
just gonna
number one
really
overall
stick it
picks,
to the Sixers
shooting
and
guards
give
that
them
wouldn't
that
shoot.
7th pick, dude. I'm telling you.
We've paid our debts.
So did you
Sixers
see
are
they're
a fucking
sending
joke.
they're sending McCain as the rep to
Yeah.
the lottery? This was an interesting question this
He's a
morning
winner.
on the radio on the morning show with the great Devin Caney. They were asking, do you think Ben Simmons will get signed by a team? He's a free agent.
Absolutely,
Or his career over?
100% he'll get signed by a team.
I think Ben Simmons
100%. Just for defensive. By the way, you see the last 2 games in the
He didn't
Clippers
even
series.
play.
He got
DNP.
DNP coach's decision.
Yeah.
I think Ben Simmons, he has made enough money. He seems like a weird guy. He seems like a very like he just keeps to himself. He's like a very quiet guy.
Like he doesn't want to get signed.
He's in
What a
Los Angeles
heist.
right
What
now.
an absolute heist.
No,
Has
he's in-
anybody else stole that much money in
Yeah,
the NBA
I
history?
don't know,
Yeah.
but
Jason Worth.
bottom line, he's in Los Angeles
Jim
right now,
McElveen.
right? He's where he wanted to be. Like he wanted to be in Los Angeles the whole time. He's where he's at right now. He's going to take a vet minimum to play for either the
No,
Clippers again or
I
for the
disagree.
Lakers again.
Somebody's going to offer him a legit, like, veteran contract.
I don't think he's going to. I think
like
he's going to talk
2 years, $20 million. I'm telling
They're
you,
going to
it's
show
gonna
him shooting
happen.
threes in the summer.
I don't
and
think that's
Because
gonna happen.
It's a
GMs are
time-honored
delusional,
tradition,
and
man.
they
Yep.
still think he has a chance of being something.
No
I
one's watched that
guarantee
guy.
it.
I guarantee you.
I
He's
think
next year.
Gentleman's bet $5.
$5.
He signs a 2-year contract.
I think if it was up
No,
to
I
him,
think he's
he'd
gonna
go to
write
like
it
the
down.
Vancouver
Mark it.
Grizzlies and disappear.
I think he's going to sign a contract for 2 or 3 years, but I think he's going to stay within the Los Angeles confines. He's going to be on either
I
the
don't know why we're
Lakers
still
or the
discussing
Clippers.
Ben Simmons.
Anyway,
I don't
bottom
want to
line.
waste my breath
Yeah, fuck that
discussing
guy.
that fucking waste of a talent.
He's where he always wanted to be right
Is he
now. He's in
talented?
the city.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes. What do you mean? Is he talented?
I don't know.
He's a
He was an
generational
all-star, man.
talent.
He was a good player.
No,
he
he's
just,
just generational.
He could have been a
He's a
top
fraud.
5
I wouldn't
player.
say generational, but he was
He's
a
a
good player.
generational piece of shit.
Yeah, that for
Yeah.
sure. That too. That too.
Talent, piece of shit.
Hey, listen, and I say this envious as hell. He's had so many hot girlfriends. He's played in the NBA, made a shitload of money.
Is he married now?
He drives the coolest cars. He's probably really good at video games.
That's what I'm saying. He's where he wants to be in life
Yeah,
right now. He's going to stay in
and
LA.
I envy
He'll
that.
take the vet
And
minimum.
maybe
He's
gonna be a
maybe
movie star.
basketball isn't everything. Maybe I'm the fucking weirdo and he's the smart one. I don't know.
Exactly. He's going to stay in LA where he
Yeah.
wants to be. He's going to sign with either the Lakers or the Clippers. For
And
the
then
vet minimum.
Australia's going to win a gold medal with him.
Who was he?
Yeah.
Was it Kylie that he was dating?
Kylie. Yeah,
They used to go in-
And
They used to go into the Federal Donuts on
Yeah.
South Street, and she would always order like for him. He wouldn't say a word. He would just stand there in the back.
so
and
you
she- and
pass
she
it
would
off
order.
to her underneath
Yeah,
the
yeah,
basket.
yeah.
Kylie, you're up.
To the alley-oop.
Yeah.
He would walk up to the register and freeze.
Yeah.
You're like, Kylie, you're up. Oh.
I mean,
And
and
throw
what's
a fucking
insane is
chicken
like
sandwich
she's
out of bounds.
crushing fingers and chicken
Yeah,
sandwiches.
she was crushing hot fresh donut. Like she knew her,
Yeah.
she knew her order too.
You always remember that video that dude like fuck Benson after he that is one
That
of
was
the best
fucking hilarious.
videos. That is like if you talk about Philadelphia fans, that's one of the most authentic like feelings I've ever seen in like a Philadelphia.
What's the best video of all time? I know it right now off the top of my head.
of a
Talking about
fan?
Yeah.
Are you talking about the guy giving the double bird,
I
or
like
the
the
guy
goat- I
showing
like
him
the-
how to shoot the foul shots? The guy shooting
Yeah,
foul
that
shots.
guy-
I
With
was gonna say the dude who was outside the fire being like, "This guy was catching babies." Nelson Aguilar.
him.
can't
Yeah,
catch
unlike
shit.
Aguilar.
unlike Nelson Aguilar.
I don't know, but you can see the hatred in that guy's face. He's like, "Man, fuck Benson." He's like, "Get out my fucking," and then like somebody said something to him and he's like, he like tried to start with him. I don't know. That's great. Why are we talking about Ben Simmons anyway?
That's what I said. I'm not wasting my.
We got
my breath with
the best golf players in the world here. And
All right.
Do you have a parlay?
Real quick on that note, Rocky, you were tasked with putting together
Yeah, just gave me homework with a bunch
a
of shit.
bet. Did you do that?
I did
bet?
do that. I did all the homework you gave me.
I
sir.
tailed you last time and I lost a lot of money.
Meech,
All right, here's
Last
Meech
time I
cashed out-
told him I cashed out after hole one on Thursday morning.
smart. All right, we're gonna get to that, but Rocky, I know you're an expert at the lay of the land in terms of the golf courses in the area, and
Yes.
if anybody is thinking about getting into golf or new to the area or just looking for new places, I wanted you to give us your top 5 courses in Philly that anybody can play and your reasoning as to why they are the best. So I'm going to hand the floor over to you while you do
Gotcha.
that.
And why is Burns Golf Course not on your list?
I may take a pee in my backyard while you're doing that.
Juniata?
So Jess texted me yesterday, said, I need you to come up with your top 5 golf courses in the area, public courses that anyone can play. Instead of doing the top 5, I said, I'm going to do the Mount Rushmore, Philadelphia area public courses. So I only have 4. with a bonus. All right. So
So that's top 5. I mean,
no, because the one bonus is not really Philadelphia. When I get to it, you'll understand.
Okay.
All right. Thank you. So there are Philadelphia. So Jess also tasked me with saying pros and cons of the Philadelphia golf scene. We're probably not going to get to that, but one of the pros of being in Philadelphia and being a golfer is there is a crazy amount of golf courses within like an hour drive from the city. Like you have all sorts of varieties. You can play some of the like top fucking golf courses in the world here, or you can play the shit of the shit here, or somewhere in between. But anyway, we have a lot of different courses here in this area. So I've played pretty much all of them. Came up with my Mount Rushmore of Philadelphia public courses based off of my feelings, my opinions, right? So actually, let me pull this up here. I can tell you right now, in no particular order, I'm going to go with Glen Mills, right? So Glen Mills is, if anyone doesn't know, it's like there was a school there for, kids, troubled kids.
I played at Glen Mills in high school basketball. I played there twice.
Okay.
It was incredible.
You probably got fucking stomped out.
We whooped their ass. Actually, I got a picture of me in the paper playing against them.
No shit.
Yeah.
So anyway,
Tommy Buckets.
Tommy, get money. So anyway, Glen Mills was a school for troubled kids, and they actually have a beautiful campus out there.
It's incredible.
In like Delaware County. I forget.
It's in Glen Mills, PA.
Oh, Glen Mills, PA. There you go. Beautiful campus, beautiful like surroundings, fields, everything. But they also have one of the top public courses within like the tri-state area on the grounds. The school kids who were, troubled kids from the city, wherever, they used to actually take care of the course, but there was a whole incident at the school with
the
like,
hazing,
them mistreating the
was
kids,
bad.
blah, blah,
It was
blah.
bad.
Abuse. So they shut the school down, but the course is still
abuse, not
operational.
hazing, my bad.
The course is still beautiful. It's a great layout. It's challenging, but it's also a fair kind of course.
They should make the dudes who abuse the kids take care of the course.
Oh, they should. That's a good idea. Anyway, so Glen Mills is one of the courses on my Mount Rushmore Philadelphia courses. Another course, if you're not familiar with it, it's called Tattersall or World Run now. It's called Tattersall. It's also out near that kind of Glen Mills, Westchester area. It's built on some like old farmland. It has like all sorts of crazy elevation changes, always in great shape. Beautiful course. They have like I think one of the best signature holes in the area. It's the 17th hole. It's a par 3. It's probably about 120 yards or 150 yards, but it plays about 150 yards downhill. So it's like a crazy club selection hole. That's where I won actually the AGS major last year. So that's one of my other courses on the Mount Rushmore. My other Mount Rushmore course, let me see here. Wyncote, which many people don't really know about. It's a little bit further down also. And I think that's actually, is that Chester County? What's below Delco? Is that Chester County?
Chester. Yep.
Yeah. So it's Chester County. It's another like beautiful public course. It's a link style course, right? So if you're not familiar with golf, link style is more open layout, like a lot of that high whiskey fescue grass, but very hard course, also fair, long as shit, tough, challenging. You got beautiful views. You're out there almost near the Amish folks, so you can be playing a hole and you'll see a cart and buggy come.
Roy Munson.
Yes, my man Roy. You might see him come clacking down, clacking down the road.
Safe to drink urine.
That's funny because I was just out in Lancaster this weekend. That's another
we
story
play
for another
13
time.
frames up here.
Anyway, Wyncote Golf Course, beautiful course out in Chester County. And then a lot of people think that Jeffersonville is like one of the best courses around. I think it's a little bit overrated. It has been, used to be a shithole back when I started playing golf. Now it's like it's been, redone. They got a new clubhouse.
How about this?
Great conditions.
I was thinking you might say Jeffersonville. One of the last times I ever golfed, their hole 18 is hard as shit, right? I eagled it the last time I was here.
Get out of here.
From right there.
So you hit your third shot in from right there.
Yeah.
That's a tough fucking hole.
I went over the trees on my first shot. Like I took the shortcut.
Okay.
And it cleared them and went through there. And then I hit another shot
over the trees,
to there.
through the creek.
That's impressive.
Under the bridge.
That was,
Meach holding out on us.
Eagled 18.
Wow, look at me.
He's playing acting
look at
all
me.
dumb, and then
And
he's pulling this out. He was waiting for that.
It was like my
Golf
last.
expert.
He hasn't played golf since.
You remember when George Costanza said that joke in the meeting? He's like, "That's it for me. I'm out of here." Like that was my my high on golf, and I was like, I went into the clubhouse. I said to the guy, "I go, yo, I just eagled 18." He's like, "I don't think anyone's eagled that in like 3 weeks, 4 weeks." I was like, "Yeah,
that's a tough hole." The way that
I was like, "Yeah, it's just
that's
so
a weird
good.
hole. It's like it goes left and right. Anyway, but many people think Jeffersonville is the top shit around it. It's a good course now, but I think that White Clay Creek down in Delaware is my last course.
That's hard.
The Mount Rushmore, just because it's
Is that really a Philly area course though?
It's
I think Delaware, Delaware,
it's
Jersey,
45 minutes from the city.
Okay.
Absolutely.
It probably takes you less time to get there than it will take you to get to Philly Cricket on.
Oh,
Friday.
don't tell me that.
Yes, sir. Anyway,
Jesse, you lied to me.
While you're pedaling,
There's plenty of time left to pull the plug.
Anyway,
Jesse, you lied.
So
you lied.
So White Clay is it's at a casino, right? So you already have that aspect of it. Like usually golfers are a little bit degenerate, so they like to gamble. So when you're done your round, you can go to the casino. They have great practice facility. They have a great restaurant there. They also have a horse track, right? So one time I was playing down there and we heard like,
oh, that's
so
incredible.
we like ventured off a little bit because there was nobody behind us.
That's incredible.
We go through a little trail there. We end up on
next thing you know, you're on a horse.
Yeah, we ended up in like
the jockey for the next race.
Yeah, we ended up in like the announcer's booth of like a horse race going on, and we saw this fucking horse race go right in front of us. We watched it for a second, went back out, finished the hole. Anyway, so they have that going on there, and then they got a casino, restaurant, great place, beautiful. So yeah, that's the Mount Rushmore Philadelphia public courses. If you don't agree with me, then you don't know golf. So
Damn, you don't know smack.
No room, no room for
my Mount Rushmore is Burns. What's it?
Juniata.
The old FDR.
Par 3 Spring Mill Country Club.
The Nut.
The
Nut on there.
What's that one on Street Road down up in Mormon?
That's not there anymore. I don't think. You talking about Five Ponds?
Five Ponds.
Is that still there?
It's got to be there.
I don't know.
And Walnut Lane.
I think they tore Five Ponds down.
And the 9-hole Quartet Club in the Northeast.
What about the old FDR?
That hasn't been open.
Yeah, FDR is gone.
Yo, the old FDR.
And shout out Somerton Springs. It was a 9-hole course.
Pour one out for the old FDR. Come on, man.
That was for dog track.
Real quick, for any, I doubt there's many golf people watching this. They wouldn't know that Philadelphia.
Are you kidding me? Rory called me earlier today, and he said in preparation for the round tomorrow, he was going to watch us.
Okay, all right. So Rory, I know you're here now, but you need to come back because Philadelphia has some of the greatest golf courses that you can find in an area, right? So I think I've heard one time that Montgomery County has more golf courses per capita, whatever, than any county in the world or something. I don't know. But anyway, there's a ton of great courses in Philly. Public, if you have the opportunity or if you have people, there's some of the best private courses around. You got Philly Cricket, you got Marion, you got
what about
Pine Valley?
It's like Philadelphia doesn't get enough credit for how good the golf is here. Like I've been to Arizona.
So wait, interesting that you say that because I screenshot a tweet today, or was it a tweet, or what did he say? This was a post from Rory McIlroy. He said, it was from John Clark interviewed him, and he said this: Philadelphia is one of the best places in the U.S. for golf. There's so many great golf courses around this area. I've heard a lot about this golf course, and to play it over the last few days, it has been cool. They know,
a quote that had John Clark had a fucking gun to his head at the airport. Say something good about Philly golf courses.
Rory's right
now.
Rory's right. There's some of the best courses that I've ever played in my life, in Philadelphia area, and there's first of all, there's a ton of them, right? So you have.
Wait, you just asked if golfers are listening. I just saw Paige Sperana checked in the comments. She loves it so far.
I said, Jess, when you heard it, I said, Jess, when you see her today, ask her if she wants to go to your mom's house and come on.
She's into it. She gave me a thumbs up.
She said that she wanted to go to his mom's house, but not to come on the pod.
Hey, pause.
Hey, yo.
What for, Mark?
Jesus.
Anyway, there's some of the best courses there. And like somebody like me, right? I'm not a member at any golf courses, right? But I enjoy the variety of playing golf at different places, right? So I've been blessed, I guess you can say, to know a bunch of people who have access to these private courses, but I also go and play these public courses, and some of them are on par or better than these private courses.
I think, truthfully, a lot of these guys, though, the Marion and Pine Valley are known.
Yeah, they're like the most exclusive courses around.
Two of the best courses like in the world. I think they're in the top. Whatever.
And the one, what's the Trump one? It used to be like semi-public. It's now
Doral.
No, it's
the one in Jersey. It was Trump National.
I played that before he bought it, and it was whatever it is.
It was called Pine Hill, I think, at one point. It was
Pine Hill.
It was like a replica of Pine Valley, but it's Pine Valley. Don't worry about Trump.
I played Pine Hill when it was Pine Hill before it was Trump, because once it became Trump, I was like, I ain't gonna play there.
I don't think you'd let you in.
Come on.
Pine Hill was dope.
It's a sick course. But anyway, bottom line is, if you're around the Philadelphia area and you looking for a new hobby, something to do with your family, your kids, your wife,
quit golf.
Go pick up
I'm not
some
looking
golf.
for a new hobby.
I gotta be honest.
play.
You say
it's very hard.
I gotta be honest.
Expensive. I think
do it. Teaching your wife and/or playing golf with your wife is akin to teaching your wife.
Take it easy.
How to ski.
Easy.
It's not easy.
These two things are just things that like someone else should teach them how to do. It is a fight waiting to happen.
I 100% agree on that.
It's like, babe, let me teach you how to hit 5-leg parlays and get nervous all night while you're watching.
Danielle teaches Mark how to hit the parlays.
She teaches me how to do that.
No, I agree.
I think skiing and golf, very difficult to do with your partner,
to like
wife,
just pick up
husband, significant other.
But if your wife's significant other, whatever, does one of those two things and you guys both do it, those are like life activities that you can do with them.
Agreed.
For the rest of your life.
Yes, Roger. Yes.
Anyway,
it's like nice
if you're in the Philly area and you want to play some golf, holler at me. Holler at the AGS tour. Get out there and you get to play all these different courses against people.
All that. Okay, listen. We somehow made it.
And support Chill Moody's We Golf Now, which has been getting some press lately. And friend of the pod, Chill Moody. We Golf Now is an amazing organization. And so I'm just plugging it right here because it felt right. But you know what I'm saying.
Thanks, Mark.
Mark, were you there that one time that we had an episode of Chill Moody?
Listen,
he's a friend of the pod.
Who is that? I think it was just me and Rock.
No, Mark was out there.
I was there too.
Oh, well then, he is a friend of ours. That was that one time. No, but he's the man. Okay, listen, we are at an hour and 6 minutes. Kind of long for us as we go, but we've had good conversations. It's been very natural. Appreciate you guys.
I just looked at the comments. Paige is telling us to shut the fuck up and move on.
She said she'll meet you in the garage.
She said she's waiting at your mom's house. She's wondering why you went back to your house.
Damn it, Paige is at my mom's house. Okay. I have one. I want to leave you with one miscellaneous thought that I want your opinion on. Give me a couple seconds on the rise of the whole body deodorant.
The what?
Excuse me?
The whole body deodorant. Have you guys seen
the rise?
No. Have you seen
what is a whole body
That's
deodorant?
a young man's game right there.
Bro.
Chill.
Yeah, that's a young man.
Have you no.
I'll go first here. You guys want me to go?
Yes, please. I want to hear that.
Have you seen the commercials where they're like spraying all over? Do you guys know what I'm talking about?
Yeah,
No.
dude, that's been going on since Maxim fucking magazine.
Yeah,
with Axe body spray.
yeah.
I was never into
big
it then.
now.
It's some shit for if you didn't take a shower and you stink.
It's some dirtball shit.
You come home from playing sports or the gym and you stink and you just want to cover it up. It's a weird thing to do, man.
Wait, you're talking about Axe body spray?
Basically,
I'm so anti-fragrance. For some reason, I think I lost my sense of smell during COVID when I caught COVID. No, this is a legit thing.
Yeah, that legit happens.
I lost my sense of smell for about 3 weeks during COVID, and when I got it back, it was almost like a fucking superpower, man. Like my sense of smell was so much stronger. So every time my sons would like spritz on a couple sprays of cologne, I'd be like, "Yo, guys, you got to."
They got the cool water.
get my son in the car, and I'd pick up 3 of his friends,
Oh,
and they'd all
God.
have spritzes of different fucking colognes on, and it's like I'm trapped in this stench bomb. I'm anti-fragrance, yo. Like, get a deodorant that's not aluminum free. You need aluminum in there to fucking get rid of your stench. You know, you can't get aluminum free organic shit.
No Nature's Valley for you.
No Tom's
No
organic.
Tom. Yeah.
Oh, I use the Toms.
No, fuck it. Throw that
Shocker.
shit in the
Shocker.
trash. It doesn't work, man. Use some shit. Use some Old Spice antiperspirant.
Some stuff is going to give you cancer.
that might give you cancer. But
You're going to smell good.
I'm confident by the time I'm like 70, we'll have some good cancer fighting things.
We've been
going
saying
on.
that for a lot of years.
Anyway, I'd rather get cancer at 70 than stink like fucking Tom's Organic when I'm 45.
I do have a thought on this, and I was actually saying this to someone the other day.
I'm anti-fragrance.
Like, I
My
use
stance.
the like Tom's toothpaste, the Tom's deodorant, but like sometimes you just want the real fucking
you might as well
shit.
get sand.
Yeah,
I
right
do
guard,
want
the right
fucking
guard spray.
I just
Old
want
school.
the fucking torch spray. You know what I mean? Like in the clubhouse at Wissahickon, they got the right guard spray.
I don't know anybody.
You
who
remember
uses spray
Police
deodorant.
Academy when they
No,
replaced
but I'm
Captain?
saying I
fucking-
use the Tom's shit. I use the Tom's toothpaste.
You guys
But
don't.
sometimes
Alright.
you want Crest and fucking right guard.
I don't use any of that.
Okay.
And
listen
you're
up.
like typical. Like I know
You brought this
I was
upon
like,
yourself,
yeah,
Jesse.
man.
Anybody on this?
Nobody's forcing you to use organic.
Just get the
weird
right
shit.
shit. If you're gonna die from deodorant,
Can't wait till
cancer
9:15
or
to ask that
fluoride
question.
cancer, that's the way you meant to go, bro.
Yo,
As-
Jesse,
as
be told.
Jesse, I
As
know,
be told.
I,
Eraser
Jesse,
heads.
I know that Colgate and right guard
He's
ain't
worried
in
about
your
fucking
house, bro.
organic
I know it ain't
deodorant.
there.
Listen, this all occurred to me because they've been the marketing around the manscaping and the trimming of the zone that has scaled up, and now we have this marketing around the whole body deodorant, and
Yeah,
they're just marketing, spraying it everywhere. Do you not seeing this stuff?
I've not seen this. No,
Like
Oh my gosh,
organic
it's
whole body
out of
spray?
control.
Or
Anyway.
Axe.
no, the
The
Knicks are not winning.
Yep.
The Knicks are winning this
Yep.
fucking game.
No,
Oh
that's
my
Celtics.
Jesse,
See?
what
On that
brand
note-
is promoting this?
Is it
recently?
Hems?
I forget, but it was women who were spraying themselves. Anyway, the point is,
Yo, I've been manscaping for
Wait,
years.
you
These
said it
people
was.
are just
Wait, hold
catching
on.
up.
You said it was women.
yeah. Well, I mean, it was all types, but Brock is besides the point. I think we've gone a little down a road. I didn't.
Dank for me.
Yo,
but,
Jason's
uh,
going off.
This was good.
Watch your
Listen,
ass,
this
bro.
is crazy.
Philly
Bottom line.
fundamentals.
This was good. It happened.
21 to
and that-
2 run for the Knicks.
That's
Watch
good.
your ass.
That's crazy.
You guys, if you guys want to keep going, feel free. I'm gonna take off. But if you want to keep this thing going, feel
You're
free.
about to turn the lights out in your house behind you.
I mean, look at it. It's dark out here. It's lovely though. This is a good option. I think I'm gonna do this from now on. You guys
Lighting
got
looks
it. Brock.
great.
Can
There
we
you
do,
go.
can we do a full City Pigeons family, like not the family, but the City
We did the
Pigeons family
cheesesteak.
in the backyard?
Yeah, we did that.
Yeah.
We did that actually. You just weren't here yet. You hadn't
No.
arrived on the scene.
Sorry.
He
But yeah,
was on
man,
the scene.
here
He
we
just
can.
wasn't around.
My bad.
How dare you
Yeah.
not watch all the old episodes?
God,
and catch up
don't you
research?
wish you never invited me?
No, Mark was already a part of the crew when that happened. I remember that. For sure.
Okay.
Anyway,
All
All
right.
right, goodbye. I love you all.
Wait, but next week, guys, next Wednesday, I think might be the NFL schedule release, and if that's the case, we're gonna have to talk about that. I'm sure everyone.
All right,
I'm sure
here's
Fink
a
is gonna make
prelude.
us try and from
Here's a
Here's a
return.
prelude. Win, 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 loss, win, 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 win.
Okay, but
I
here's
was
the
in
problem.
team.
Super Bowl.
Here's the problem. Fink
I'll be
already
the
did
Keswick
that.
Theater. What?
Fink already did that. He's one step ahead of you. He did that last year, and he was right. So,
Mark's
the
going to see
Steelers, dude?
Medeski, Martin, and Wood at the Keswick.
Sorry.
All
right,
Wrap it up. Wrap it
Yo,
up.
peace and luck. Will I see you out there tomorrow or no?
96.
Nope. Love you though.